Have you ever pondered about the relationships of the king of pop, Michael Jackson, with those around him? The world of celebrity is a complex one, filled with alliances and rivalries, friendships and feuds. And at the center of it all, for a time, was Michael Jackson, a man whose talent was as immense as the controversy that often surrounded him. Michael Jackson was more than just a singer or a dancer. He was a global icon. His music transcended borders, his dance moves became legendary, and his influence on pop culture remains unmatched even today. His fame was a spectacle that the world hadn't seen before, and possibly might never see again. Yet, beneath the glittering facade of fame and fortune, Michael lived a life that was far from simple. His relationships, especially with other celebrities, were often marked by tension and conflict. Despite his larger-than-life persona, he was, after all, human, with human relationships that were just as complex and intricate as any of ours. But who were these individuals who had beef with the king of pop? What were their stories? What led to their falling out with one of the most famous people on the planet? These are questions that have intrigued fans and critics alike for years. In this video, we'll be exploring these relationships, delving into the intricate web of friendships, alliances, and feuds that marked Michael Jackson's life. We'll be focusing on a few key individuals who had a significant impact on his life, both positively and negatively. From the Beatles to music video controversies, we'll be shedding light on some of the lesser-known aspects of Michael Jackson's life. This is not just a story of fame and fortune or of music and dance. It's a story of human relationships, of love and hate, of friendship and rivalry. It's a story that's as complex and multifaceted as the man himself. Now let's dive into the tales of those who had beef with Michael Jackson. Our first tale begins with none other than Paul McCartney, a fellow musical legend. In the early 80s, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and the Beatle, Paul McCartney, shared more than just the stage. They were great pals, often seen jamming together, creating chart-topping hits like Say 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 and The Girl Is Mine. But as the saying goes, money and friendship are often a volatile mix. It all started when McCartney introduced Jackson to the world of music publishing, explaining how lucrative it could be. Inspired by this, Jackson made a move that would forever alter their friendship. He purchased the ATV catalog, which, unbeknownst to McCartney, included the majority of the Beatles song catalog. This wasn't just any catalog, mind you, but a collection of songs that McCartney and his songwriting partner, John Lennon, had poured their hearts into. So when McCartney found out, he was, understandably, less than thrilled. He had hoped to buy back the rights to his own songs, and his friend's purchase felt like a betrayal. Jackson, on the other hand, saw it as a business decision, nothing personal. He even tried to make amends by offering McCartney a cut of the profits. But the damage was done. The friendship was strained, and their relationship never quite recovered. Yet, despite the fallout, both artists continued to make waves in the music industry, each in their own right. McCartney continued to create music, while Jackson, with his newly acquired catalog, saw his wealth skyrocket. It was a testament to their individual talents that, even amidst personal conflict, they remained at the top of their game. Yet this was more than just a tale of two friends and a business deal gone wrong. It was a cautionary tale of how money can strain even the strongest of relationships. It was a reminder that, in the world of showbiz, friendship and business rarely mix. This was the start of a series of strained relationships for the king of pop. Next on the list is Quincy Jones, the man behind Michael's most successful albums. Quincy and Michael, a duo that once seemed invincible in the music industry, came to a crossroads over what can only be referred to as creative differences. Their relationship, which had been founded on a shared passion for music, was strained when both parties began to see things from different perspectives. Quincy Jones, a seasoned musician and producer, had his own ideas about how music should be made. He believed in taking risks and pushing boundaries, a philosophy that had served him well in his career. On the other hand, Michael, although an innovator in his own right, had a different approach. He preferred to stick to what he knew best, focusing on his strengths and refining his signature sound. These creative differences became more apparent as they worked on multiple projects together. Each had their own vision, their own idea of what was best for the music. As time went on, the differences became more pronounced, and the once harmonious relationship started to show signs of strain. Things took a turn for the worse after Michael's untimely death. Quincy Jones filed a lawsuit against Jackson's estate, claiming that he was owed millions in unpaid royalties. The lawsuit brought to light the extent of the fallout between the two. a rift that had been brewing for years. The lawsuit was a painful reminder of the complex relationship between the two. It was a stark contrast to the days when they were creating chart-topping hits together, a time when their creative differences seemed to complement each other rather than drive them apart. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but such is the nature of relationships in the world of showbiz. Creative differences, ego clashes, and financial disputes often overshadow the shared passion for art that brings people together in the first place. And like that, another relationship was strained in the wake of Jackson's success. Bringing us to the next individual, the controversial rapper Eminem. Known for his edgy lyrics and bold music videos, Eminem found himself in the midst of a storm in 2004 with the release of his music video for Just Lose It. This particular video stirred up quite the controversy due to its parody of none other than the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Eminem, in his signature style, used humor and satire to portray Jackson in a rather unflattering light. The video depicted a mock version of Jackson, complete with the iconic red leather jacket, moonwalking across a dance floor. It also made light of certain well-publicized incidents from Jackson's life, which did not sit well with the superstar. Upon seeing the video, Jackson was reportedly hurt and offended. He expressed his disappointment and displeasure in a public statement, saying that he had always been a fan of Eminem, and the video was, in his words, disrespectful and offensive. Jackson's fans, too, rallied around their idol, expressing their outrage and demanding an apology from Eminem. Eminem, for his part, defended his video. He argued that it was all in good fun, and that he meant no harm or disrespect. He stated that the video was simply a parody, and that he was known for poking fun at celebrities in his videos. However, this explanation did not appease Jackson or his fans. This incident sparked a public spat between the two artists, with each one standing firm in their position. The controversy eventually died down, but the relationship between Jackson and Eminem was forever changed. This situation was a clear example of how humor can sometimes cross the line into offense, and how even the most well-intentioned parodies can lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings. This incident added another person to the list of those who had beef with Michael Jackson. So, what do these stories tell us about Michael Jackson's relationships? Well, they paint a picture of a man who was not just a legendary artist, but also a human being with complexities. Each story we've shared today reflects a different facet of Jackson's relationships and shows us how he navigated the choppy waters of fame, creativity, and personal bonds. Let's take a quick recap. The Beatles' fallout was a classic tale of business and friendship colliding, where Jackson's acquisition of the band's song catalog caused a rift with Paul McCartney. It's a stark reminder that even in the glitzy world of music, business decisions can strain personal relationships. Then we moved on to the story of creative differences, a common scenario in the music industry. Jackson's fallout with Quincy Jones, his long-term producer, showed us that even the most successful collaborations can face turbulence when visions diverge. This was a testament to Jackson's commitment to his artistic vision, but also a lesson in the potential pitfalls of such unwavering dedication. The controversial music video was another notable chapter in Jackson's life. It sparked a feud with director John Landis and stirred up a whirlwind of media attention. This incident underscored Jackson's boldness in pushing boundaries, but also revealed how his choices could lead to unforeseen consequences. Each of these conflicts undoubtedly had an impact on Jackson's personal life and career. They shaped his journey, influenced his music, and left indelible marks on his legacy. Yet they also remind us of the resilience he demonstrated in the face of adversity. In the end, one thing is clear. Being the king of pop didn't make Michael Jackson immune to conflicts and fallouts. Until next time, keep exploring the intriguing tales of the music world.